Hello everyone, Marco here behind the camera to give you a hands-on look at Google's new lineup of Pixel 11 devices, in addition to a quick peek at the Pixel Watch 5 and a handful of fresh accessories. I'm just back from Google's event and got to play with the Pixel 11, 11 Pro, 11 XL, and Pixel 11 Fold, and think the company has raised the bar with this generation. First off, Google nailed all of the colorways. In my opinion, the Pixel 11 family looks great at first glance, and they'll be available in a wide array of colors. The Pixel 11 colorways include Frost, Pistachio, Hibiscus, and Obsidian, and the 11 Pro and XL will be offered in Canyon, Olive, Fog, and an Obsidian Matte colorway. And all of the standard Pixel 11 devices share the same overall aesthetic and design. You can really only tell them apart by the size of their displays. Google is also using more durable materials on the displays and back panels with these new devices. All of the Pixel 11 series have IP68 ratings for dust and water resistance too, including the Fold. Another thing all of the devices have in common is the processing platform. The entire Pixel 11 series is powered by the new Tensor G6, which is paired to the Titan M3 security processor. Google claims the Tensor G6's CPU delivers up to 20% better power efficiency, with 25% faster web browsing and up to 15% faster app loading. There's also an improved image signal processor and a 50% more powerful TPU. The new ISP results in faster computational photography, like night sight, for example, which is up to 4.5x faster, and the more powerful TPU improves performance and latency with on-device AI. Speaking of AI, the Pixel 11 series features deeper Gemini integration to help with everyday tasks, which can even interface with a number of apps, say to order groceries or a car. And it offers more refined text-to-speech too, that can do things like remove filler words automatically and properly punctuate sentences. There are a number of things that differentiate the various members of the Pixel 11 series over and above screen size. Let's start with the Pixel 11 and 11 Pro. These devices both feature 6.3-inch displays, but with differing resolutions and refresh rates. The Pixel 11's display has a native resolution of 1080 by 2424 and a 60 to 120 Hz variable refresh rate. The 11 Pro, however, has a higher 1280 by 2856 resolution display with a wider 1 to 120 Hz variable refresh rate. The Pixel 11 Pro XL looks similar, but it's a larger device with a 6.8-inch 1344 by 2992 resolution display, also with 1 to 120 Hz variable refresh rate support. All of the displays on the devices are protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2, and they're nice and bright with up to 3000 nits peak brightness on the Pixel 11 or 3600 nits on the 11 Pro and 11 Pro XL. If you're comparing that to the previous gen, the Pixel 11 displays are roughly 9% brighter with 2x better scratch resistance. The Pixel 11 Fold is a different beast altogether. The Pixel 11 Fold's displays are composed of a 6.5-inch front 1080 by 2342 OLED display with 1 to 120 Hz variable refresh rate support, with an internal 8-inch 2076 by 2152 OLED, also with 1 to 120 Hz variable refresh rate support, and up to 3600 nits of peak brightness. As for memory and storage, the Pixel 11 will be offered with 12 GB of RAM and 256 GB or 512 GB of storage, while the 11 Pro and 11 Pro XL will come with either 12 or 16 gigs of RAM, with 256 gig through 1 TB storage options. The Fold will offer only a 16 gig memory option, but with 256 gig through 1 TB of storage. Which brings us to the Pixel 11 cameras. The 11, 11 Pro and XL, and Fold are all configured differently in terms of their camera systems. All of the candy bar devices have distinct oval pods, with their rear cameras that extends across the back of the devices. The Fold has sort of a dual oval setup that only stretches about halfway across the back. The Pixel 11 has a triple rear camera setup with a 48 megapixel wide-angle camera with macro focusing ability, a 13 megapixel ultra-wide, and a 10.8 megapixel camera with a 5x telephoto lens. There's a super zoom feature on the phone that offers up to 30x zoom, and the Pixel 11's front-facing camera is 10.5 megapixels with autofocus and a 95-degree field of view. The Pixel 11 Pro and Pro XL step things up with a 50 megapixel wide-angle camera, a 48 megapixel ultra-wide with macro focus, and a 48 megapixel camera with a 5x telephoto lens. The Pro and Pro XL also offer up to 120x super zoom capabilities. Their front-facing camera steps things up too with a 42 megapixel shooter with a 103-degree field of view. The Pixel Fold 11 has a completely different setup. It too has a triple rear camera configuration with a 48 megapixel wide angle, a 10.5 megapixel ultra wide with macro focus, and a 10.8 megapixel camera with 5x telephoto lens. Super zoom is up to 30x like the Pixel 11. The front selfie camera and internal camera are both 10 megapixel on the Fold. As for video, the Pixel 11 and Pixel 11 Fold offer up to 4K recording, with the Pro and Pro XL offering up to 8K. In addition to all of the previous favorites, there's a new mode available in the camera app on all of the devices too, called Magic Capture. Magic Capture grabs video and high-quality photos simultaneously with automatic cropping and unblurring to increase your chances of capturing that perfect image when you're in the moment. As for battery life and charging, Google is claiming around 30 hours of battery life with the Candy Bar devices and about 24 hours on the Fold. And with a 30-minute wire charge, you can reach up to 75% on the Pro XL, 55% on the Pixel 11 and Pixel 11 Pro, and 50% on the Fold. Wireless charging speeds have increased too, between 20 and 29%. The Pixel 11 series devices are all launching with Android 17, and Google is offering 7 years of OS, security, and pixel drop updates too. Prices start at $899 for the Pixel 11, $1099 for the 11 Pro, $1299 for the 11 Pro XL, and $1899 for the 11 Pro Fold. But there are huge trade-in bonuses available at the moment. And of course, there are new cases and updated Pixel Buds to match the Pixel 11 series that coordinate with the various colorways. And the Pixel Watch 5 gets better battery life and more accurate health tracking too, along with an array of band options. And with that, I think I'll bring this video to a close. If you enjoyed this quick take on Google's new Pixel 11 devices, do us a solid and like and subscribe to the channel, and drop us a comment below with your opinion on the new devices. And don't forget to check out hothardware.com for plenty more tech news and in-depth reviews. Thanks for watching.